Hello my students of class 7 and welcome back to your English class. Today we would be doing the supplementary reader of your book and the chapter we would be proceeding with is Bringing Up Kari. So take out your books and take out a pencil. Let us start with Bringing Up Kari. Okay, so Kari is a baby elephant who has a very deep bond with the narrator. He does a lot of activities throughout the story and we would learn about an endearing tale about how an elephant and a human bonds on different levels. Okay, so let us start the text. Let us start with the first part of the text. Okay, so take out your book, take out your NCERT supplementary reader book and let us start. Bringing Up Kari. The first 3 points which are given, they are actually a brief summation of what you are going to read in this section. So let us read that first. Kari, a 5-month-old baby elephant, lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper. Kari doesn't eat much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious twigs a day. Okay. Playful and sensitive, Kari saves a boy from drowning. Okay, whatever difficult meanings can be there in this chapter, I will be giving it to you. And you can also point it out with your dictionary as well. Don't worry about that for now. Just understand and enjoy the story. Kari, the elephant, was 5 months old when he was given to me to take care of. I was 9 years old and I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoe. Okay, so this was the height of Kari, that is, whenever the narrator wanted to reach him, if he stood on tiptoe, he could reach his back. So you can imagine that what the height of even a 5-month-old baby elephant was. Okay, so he was quite tall. He seemed to remain that high for nearly 2 years. We grew together. That is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. Okay, so for 2 years they grew together. For 2 years, as the narrator was also growing up, Kari also grew at the same pace. Okay, so the narrator and the relative height or the difference in height between the narrator and Kari was the same for 2 years. We grew together. That is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. So because we grew together, both of our heights grew together, so it seemed difficult for the narrator to understand that or accept the fact that the elephant was actually quite tall. He lived in a pavilion under a thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall in when Kari bumped against the poles as he moved over. So in a big, large open space, you can look at the picture which is given in the next page. If you look at the picture, you can understand what the pavilion is. Okay, so it was a shed which was made for the elephant to live because he was so tall, you cannot keep him inside your house, right? So a big shade was made which had big bamboo poles to keep it properly, and it was made with thick tree stumps, not bamboo, sorry. Thick tree stumps were there and the thatched roof rested on those thick tree stumps and Kari lived there. Okay, so Kari was an elephant, so it was a chance probability that he might bump against any of the poles. So it was made with thick tree stumps. One of the first things Kari did was to save the life of a boy. Kari did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twig a day to chew and play with. Okay, so one of the first things that Kari did was to save the life of a boy. So this was one of the most remarkable things which was done by Kari in his young age. Then we come to understand that what Kari ate. He just ate 40 pounds of twig a day. Every day he just ate 40 pounds of twigs. Okay, that means he did not eat that much according to the narrator. Maybe for elephant standard it was not so much, but he had to eat at least that much of twigs. Okay, every day I used to take him to the river in the morning for his bath. He would lie down on the sandbank while I rubbed him with the clean sand of the river for an hour. After that, he would lie in water for a long time. Okay, so every day the narrator used to take him to the river in the morning. Every morning he used to take him for having a bath. So they maintained a good hygiene. The elephant maintained a good hygiene. The narrator used to take him to have his bath. In the sandbank, they would be staying for a long time. The elephant would lie down on the sandbank and the narrator would just rub him clean with the river sand. Then after that, he would lie in the water for a long time. When he would get up from the water, he would look very beautiful. His skin would be shining like ebony and he would squeal with pleasure as I rubbed water down his back. Okay, so he would be very happy. Kari enjoyed this time very much. So he liked this time which he spent with the narrator. Okay, he enjoyed this time very much. Then I would take him by the ear because that is the easiest way to lead an elephant. That is, don't take offense with the fact that I led him by ear because that was the easiest way to lead an elephant. That means to make the elephant understand which way to go, what to do next. It was better to lead him by the ear. So I would also do that. That means I would hold his ear and then I would pull him to any side I wanted. And leave him on the edge of the jungle while I went into the forest to get some luscious twigs for his dinner. Okay, those small branches, very thin branches which are still green, which has not hardened up yet. Those I would collect, those twigs I would collect, those luscious, that means quite juicy, tasty twigs I would collect for him. And he would just wait for me on the edge of the forest. One has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut down these twigs. It takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet because if a twig is mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. Okay, so the twigs have to be broken or cut from the tree in a good fashion. That means your hatchet should be the meaning of hatchet is already given. It's an axe, it's a small axe. The hatchet should be very sharp. Okay, because if the hatchet is blunt and the twig is not cut properly, the elephant will not accept the mutilated or that means something which is not cut in a proper fashion. Okay, if it is not cut in a proper fashion, the elephant will not accept it as his food. So something that means something about respect, I guess. It was not an easy job to get twigs and saplings for Kari. I had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. Okay, that means he had to he had to do a lot of work. He had to be very choosy in order to choose the best twigs and saplings for the young elephant. Okay, he had to do a lot of work to search for him. As he was very fond of the young branches, only the best twigs and saplings Kari would get because the narrator spent a lot of time in choosing the saplings for Kari and the twigs for Kari. As he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree which grows like a cathedral of leaves. Yes, a banyan tree is a majestic tree. It grows like a cathedral. Cathedral, you know what a cathedral is? It's bigger than a church. Okay. And that means he wants to say that it grows in a big fashion like a big umbrella. We all know how a banyan tree grows. Like it has a lot of shade. It has the best shade one can find. And Kari used to love eating the twigs of the banyan trees. Okay. I was gathering some one spring day in March when I suddenly heard Kari calling to me in the distance. He could identify the voice of Kari in the distance because remember he told us that while collecting the twigs he would leave Kari at the edge of the forest. So while Kari was outside, something happened and Kari was as if calling out to the narrator for him, for some kind of help. So he could hear it. As he was still very young, the call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. So the sound was very much like a baby than a full-grown elephant. I thought somebody was hurting him. So I came down from my tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where I had left him. But he was not there. So the narrator felt he was very much afraid that somebody had come, some bad person have come and they were hurting him. And so he climbed down from the tree very fast and he went to look for Kari. but he was not at the place where he had left him. He was not at the edge of the forest. I looked all over, but I could not find him. Okay, so probably this is the scene we will find out what Kari had done. We will find out how heroically Kari would try to save the life of an innocent boy who was drowning. Okay, so we will continue this text next day. Your task will be to underline all the difficult words which is given in the text, the whole of it. Find out the meaning from the dictionary. While you do it, it would improve your vocabulary as well as the word meaning will be learned by you as well. Okay, till then, study well.